Next, we are going to sow Clary Sage. Now, this is a special variety of Clary Sage. I have tried many varieties over the years, and I found that they're not great from an autumn jump start. They start off okay, germinate beautifully, start growing in the trays, all is well. However, as we plunge into deep winter, the cold and the damp gets to them, and very slowly they all rot off and die. So if you don't have our seeds, then I would recommend that you hold off until late winter or spring, depending on the variety. However, if you do have our seeds, then we can do an autumn jump start, and then these particular plants will grow to 100 centimetres tall. They will also give us colour really early in the season, just when we need it the most. I really loved growing this Clary Sage last spring. Now, when growing Clary Sage, there are many varieties out there on the market, but they don't all perform in the same way. Some are much better suited to the damp autumn conditions. Just look at these two varieties. Now, everything was sown and grown in exactly the same conditions, started on the same day, but look at the difference. Some of these plants are clearly starting to rot away in the damp. However, these ones here are literally thriving, so much so I'm going to have to pot them on into 15 cell trays or 9 centimetre pots. They're in rude health. So obviously these are the plants that I'm going to be adding to the grow along for you to grow in your own gardens. Just like the poppies, we are going to be sowing them on the soil surface of a damp seed tray, because they also need light for germination. So if you remember, I said before, they're very good tray partners. So if you've just sown your poppies and you've got a space, the Clary Sage will be ideal. You can sow these 3 times throughout the season. So don't use all your seed up now, sow some, and then we're going to do another sowing in late winter. That sowing will be shorter. So the first sowing, autumn jump starter, 100 centimetres. The second sowing will be 60 to 80 centimetres. And then we can do a third spring sowing to bring us all the way in to September, flowers into September from the same seed packet. They will be about 45 to 50 centimetres, so they won't need staking or anything. Only the really early ones will need some support, just because they aren't so tall. This is the same tray that I used for the poppy bowling ball, so I'm just going to turn it round so that you can see clearly and pour the seeds into my hand. You can see they're not too small, so you can see what you're doing. And I'm just going to sow 1 seed per cell into the seed tray. The germination is very rapid, so if you have any empty cells, any cells that you missed perhaps when you were sowing, it's ever so easy just to go back and pop in another seed. I should probably have to watch this video back and make sure that I didn't miss any when I was chatting to you. There we go. Really easy. It's very relaxing sowing seeds, isn't it? You're just so focused on the task that you forget about day-to-day life. There we go. I've got a full tray now of 2 different varieties, both needing the same conditions. Just put those back in my packet. I shall fold that over securely to keep those fresh, ready for sowing again in late winter. I will put them back in their packet so I don't lose them. And then pop my label. If you want to, you can pop the date on the back and then pop your label in your tray, and that is now ready to sit on the shelf in the sunshine to germinate at their own pace. Fast forward 4 days and you can see that germination is occurring. The first little seedlings are up, and the other seeds you can see have changed colour. So if you dropped any, you can now see where they are. And if you've missed any cells, then you can quickly add another seed. I told you they were quick. Absolutely fantastic. Fast forward, it has now been 10 days since I started the Clary Sage. They are doing brilliantly. You can see that some have germinated faster than others, and I suspect that all that happened was that the cells that are coming up a bit later were perhaps a little bit dry because it's been very hot and sunny at times, and sometimes the cells can dry out faster than others, especially if they're close to the glass. So from time to time, if you just turn your tray around, then you'll get a more even coverage of warm sunshine over the tray, and then the tray should need hydrating. All the cells should need hydrating roughly around the same time, but you can always spot water. As I say, if you look really carefully, you can see they are all coming now. So fast forward about 8 weeks and you can see that germination has occurred and the plants are looking really very healthy now. So I'm just planting out the autumn jump starter Clary Sage. Look at those roots. Usual spacing of 22 centimetres apart. That's a wonderful 1, 2, 3 of the Clary Sage, the light pink snapdragons, and then the light pink cut flower stalks. Wow. I'm just picking myself a lovely bunch of Clary Sage. Now, you can use these fresh in arrangements, but if you wait until the stems are nice and firm, then you can cut them and use them as everlasting flowers. All you need to do is bunch them up like this and then hang them upside down to dry. All the information for sowing and growing this special variety of Clary Sage is in your Autumn Jump Starter Handbook or the supplemental pages. If you're using the 2022 handbook, you need to buy the supplemental pages for these extra sections. If you've got the 2023 handbook, then it's already included for you.